for today's Cup of Coffee with Scream,
A cup of
we
coffee.
have guests. We have Esperanza Vence with us, and she's just going to join in. She actually did a reading for youngest kid, and her information and stuff is there in the description box. So if you want a reading, you can get a reading too. She's good.
She is good.
So
I highly recommend.
let her tell you about herself.
You want to do the intro?
Hola, hola. Bienvenidos a Esperanza Vence. Donde la Esperanza Vence? Welcome to Esperanza Vence, where hope wins. Esperanza means hope, and Vence means win. And I'm just here to kind of help people strengthen their free will and intuition.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
And that is so needed right now, because one of the things that I had noticed on X over the past couple of days, especially with men, with this energy that's coming in, I don't know if it's the pre-Aries energy that's coming in or what.
That fire.
But it was like men not feeling seen.
Everyone literally just talking about this about an hour ago.
Yeah. And so I'm sure that Esperanza, if you are one of the ones that feels not seen, you could get in touch with her and she could help you figure out why you don't feel seen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Honestly, that helped a
I think
lot.
Saturn's ingress into Aries is going to help with that.
Yeah.
Oh, heck yeah.
We need that masculine.
Masculine energy, getting a reboost.
Oh, we need that so bad.
Girl, it has felt like I have been in Silent Hill for the last 10 years.
Because men have been abused for so long. You've had that Lilith energy, you've had that Jezebel energy, and that is not a positive feminine energy at all.
No.
And so I'm hoping that they are going to reclaim their fire.
I hope.
Also, like with the Jezebel energy and stuff, I think that that's a learned behavior. Like that's what's been like kind of promoted, quote unquote, with this programming and stuff. Like, I don't know about you, Arlena, but when I grew up and to this day, like, I mean, my female friends have been, well, maybe that's just my astrology, but like, I never experienced the Jezebel stuff, but recently I've been seeing it so prevalent in the zeitgeist.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I almost wonder if they're trying to make us be like that, or if they're trying to make young women be like that, you know? I noticed a commercial the other day on television. It was these two young girls, and they were selling Girl Scout cookies, and like, it was almost like they were in competition to sell the most Girl Scout cookies even. And I'm like, gosh, if that isn't programming.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, a lot
I
of
don't
it.
think kids are naturally like that, are they?
Not usually. I think it also depends on the personality.
Well, I think
But at the same time, that is a learned behavior from what I've observed.
part of it, and it's like I was talking to Kid earlier about, with men there is a brotherhood. With women, there is always that interesting, and it depends on the women. It's not all women, but a lot of them, you have that catty, backbiting, mean girls attitude in a lot of women.
It's very much like Mean Girls.
Yeah.
Some of them.
Mean girls. I guess that's true. I'll tell you what, I have a joke that I always say. I'm like, the meanest girls I ever worked with was a crew of men at the county.
Oh, that's funny. That's
Honestly,
funny.
though.
Bitchiest, cattiest women I ever. Those guys, and there were only two women on the crew. It was myself and my friend Joy.
Right.
Yeah.
And she and I are still great friends. But the guys at work were so bitchy and catty, and they would always
that's
talk
funny.
smack about it. Oops, I'm sorry, I swore.
You're
My
good.
bad.
Do you? Are you
Yeah, you
kidding?
can swear on
We
ours.
free speech here. We all the
yeah.
way.
I'm so bad at censoring myself.
No.
But yeah, that's my joke. I'm like, the bitchiest, cattiest group of women I ever worked with was men at the county.
Oh,
It
that's
is so funny when you get in a group of people and you're like, oh my god, you would think the women would be like this, but no, we're all doing it.
Believe it or not,
Everyone's doing it.
where I worked in a sewing factory, Oh my God. If you really want to see the dark side, that dark feminine energy, work in a sewing factory around a bunch of women.
Well, I was thinking about applying there to that cap and gown.
Yeah. But see, it's different because the men, are you kidding? They ruled. I mean, they really did. And it was just like, it was very difficult for some of those men to be married. You would be amazed. There are women that will try to take somebody else's husband just to see if they can. Think of Dolly
Yeah.
Parton's song, Jolene.
Oh yeah,
Gosh,
that is true.
Find a hobby.
Yeah.
It's legit.
And gossip and as far as starting rumors on people just because they were bored. Yeah, no.
Boredom.
Yeah.
That's 100. Yes.
Oh yeah, there's a few rumors going around Food City.
Oh, God. Well, and it's just like, I don't
There's
know. I
rumors
never
about
did.
about two of our managers.
I never did play any of that stuff. I minded my own business. I was there to do a job and expected people to leave me alone.
Oh, I say fuck it, and I go right up to both of them and I ask. We'd like, hey,
That's right.
I heard this. Is this true?
But
And they either confirm or deny it. So
but we need that positive, strong male energy. And it's like
100%.
that is so
100%.
needed. And the strong, independent women's, okay, if you have to do heavy lifting and a lot of this stuff, no, you need a man. It's most helpful.
Well, and I miss, because like when we grew up, Warlanda, like we might be a little bit different in age, but not too far off. But I think I'm in between YK and your age. But when we grew up, I mean, men were men and women were women.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I miss strong, masculine men.
Yes.
You know, I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and I do a podcast sometimes. I was doing a podcast with my friend Rafi,
Oh, yeah.
and she was like, oh my gosh, I love how he interacts with you, and blah, blah, blah. Have you ever considered him as a partner or whatever? I'm like, girl, he's gay. And she's like, what? She's like, well, nowadays, everybody is so metro, I can't even tell. And I'm like, girl, no. I'm like, I am not. I cannot with these metro guys.
Yeah.
Like, I want my man to be a man so that I feel safe being feminine.
Yes. Yes. And that is something that women have been forced into roles that we were never designed for. And it just
100%.
has been really hard. And Appalachian women, and I had to go to the clinic today, and the nurse that was there was about my age. She's Gen X. And I think Appalachian culture is different, and people learn to do whatever,
Yeah.
But there were still some things that was just men's, like if a tree falls from snow or whatever, there's usually guys around here that have chainsaws that they're just looking for a tree to fall so they can get the
Yeah.
chainsaw out.
There's no
I'm
excuse.
so grateful for those men.
Yeah.
Yeah. Me too, because I've had to chainsaw trees by myself, and I would, like, literally prefer not to.
Yeah. It's hard. It is hard trying to be a female and doing men's work. And that's the world that we have been forced into thanks to these feminists. I mean, what were they thinking, really?
You talking like the neo-feminists?
Oh, those people have put, I mean,
like the Tumblr era
oh God,
feminists?
they are just clueless. They have absolutely no idea what it was like. Back in the day when there was some sexual harassment in the workplace and stuff like that, that did need to be addressed. But after that was addressed, then these other ones went in a totally different direction that was just stupid. And I think that's probably
like the pendulum swung too far.
Yeah, that Pisces energy that has just, man, that's some crackhead energy right there. It really is.
crackhead energy vibes, seriously. And then once we get into Aries with that fire energy, it's going to be athleticism,
Yeah.
martial arts. Hey, Warlanda, are you thinking about getting back into your martial arts? I bet you Saturn and Aries would be really supportive of you.
Oh, at this point, it would have to be something so light because
Tai Chi?
I could do Tai Chi or Qigong or something like that. So that's very much a possibility. But
That'd
at
be a
60,
good way for the Saturn and Aries to move through your body.
yeah, yeah, I need that chi has been stagnant for so long.
There's a dude that came through my line a while back, and he was a martial arts instructor, and he
Yeah.
gave me business cards.
Yeah, okay, cool. But getting thrown the
Fun.
floor at
Do you
60
do
is
martial arts
not.
too, YK?
No.
I
No.
tried.
She
I
tried.
tried.
Maybe you'll try it with this Saturn moving from Pisces into Aries. You know, maybe I'm going to try to exercise more too.
You know, I've been toying with the idea of martial arts. Like, I've kept those cards for a reason, so hopefully, maybe, possibly.
Possibly. I mean,
Yeah.
and you'd have to go and check and see if it's a quality dojo or not.
Exactly. I just need to go in there and scope out the place first
Yeah.
before signing up.
We actually
Yeah.
have a local gym that's about maybe 5 miles from us, and which in these mountains 5 miles can be rough, but where I could go and lift weights again. I love lifting weights.
Me
And
too. And I totally need to do it. And you know what stops me from doing it is other people at the gym.
and to try to find
Yep.
a schedule that where you don't have a bunch of high school kids or a bunch of jockoramas or something like that.
Yeah, or like meathead people.
Yeah.
I can deal with them better than I can deal with the little twiggy women's.
What, the meatheads?
Oh.
They got like one brain cell
I can
rattling
deal
up
with the
in
one
there.
brain cell. I can because they usually just leave me alone. It's like, little old lady, leave her alone.
Yeah, but you cannot have an intelligent conversation with them.
Ain't gonna talk to them. I ain't gonna talk to them. But
Yeah.
that is a very private thing for me. It's not a public whatever.
Same.
And
Yeah, I've been trying to figure out how to exercise in the living room better, but you know, I see those little barbells sitting there, and I look at them, and they're a real cute decoration.
yeah. we have so much equipment.
Like, if I pay, I'm gonna have to go, right?
Yeah.
It's weird how when you have equipment at home, you don't use it.
That's
But you will pay to, if you have to put forth the effort
You gotta-
to pay a membership and drive to wherever.
because you gotta put in the effort for
Yeah.
it.
Wow. It's like, how
So I
bad
have
do
a
you want
question
it?
for you guys.
Sure.
This is completely like ADD off topic. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Are you kidding? That's our whole shtick.
Okay, that's what we do here. We're having our cup of coffee. And
Yes.
We're going off the rails. We're gonna spiral together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I was on a group text here with some astrologer friends of ours, and I guess that this Nancy Guthrie situation is just unraveling. Have you seen anything today?
Yes, I did see something that, and I'm trying to think, I think it was Salty Cracker had actually commented on it, and how that, I mean, for this woman to be missing as long as she has, no, that's where you got that show, what was it, 24 hours or 48 hours or whatever. If somebody has not been found within that period of time, more than likely they're not going to be found alive.
Well, and if they are found alive, which she was,
Was she?
oh yeah.
Oh, that's happened within the past couple of hours.
Yeah,
Oh
the
my
group
God.
text- the group text is blowing up. Here, I'll show you
Oh.
what it says. It says it's gotten stupid weird. I'm getting off of YouTube. Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
What did it say? It said I'm watching the video. Someone was on they were watching a live on YouTube, and they said, do we really think she was kidnapped? And then my other friend, who's an astrologer, says, I think she was definitely taken. By whom? We don't know. But if those pics are the ones from the next door cam, this was a kid around mid to late 20s. She knew him. Now they said she was alive and she was in her home. Now the reporters are on a wild goose chase following the sheriff to other places.
How
So
weird. How
there's a
weird.
possibility that this is a complete who knows what.
Well,
So I'm just curious about the timing because the timing was so, incredible
well, that's
with
what,
all the other stuff that was going down.
with everything that's being disclosed during this period of time, and we know, and I don't even go into the horrors of some of the stuff that, but there's so much other stuff that is going to come up. Do we know it's her or is it a clone?
Hey, there. Good point there. She
Body
could be at
double.
the spa living her best life.
Uh-huh. I mean, there's that's been going on. There was a gentleman that years ago on Art Bell, he was talking about the human alien hybrids, which he called hubrids.
Oh,
There's,
that's a really good word.
isn't it though? I love that word. And then also as far as the chimeras, which I always believed that the chupacabra, that's what that was.
Can you explain to me what that is? I kind of understand, but not really. Aren't they kind of like? Don't they have like cat faces or something?
The chupacabra, the original
I
one.
think she was saying the chimera.
Oh, the chimeras, it is basically geo manipulating different species.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
genetically modifying and
Yeah,
splicing. And
you
all
know
that.
how they were doing
Yes.
the
I know what that
tomatoes
is.
with like insect DNA? We have no clue what we're eating. We don't.
Yeah.
But the
Well, and they do
chupacabra,
that in warfare too.
yes. The
You know,
first,
like the dolphins that they train or the chimeras. I've heard of that. Yeah,
yeah.
I know what you mean.
Well, the chupacabra was first sighted there on Puerto Rico, and there was a U.S. lab on near that, and it was
near where it was found.
and originally the sightings of the chupacabra, it wasn't a dog or a dingo looking anything, it was more lizard looking, that on
Ew.
two legs, that it had glowing red eyes, and of course
Oh.
chupacabra means goat sucker, because these goats were found that just no blood left, two puncture marks there near the throat. And yeah. And so that legend has morphed incredibly since the first sightings of that.
It's a vampire just for goats.
Well, yeah. Why not? But we've got all these things. I was told years ago that the veil between the worlds was thin. And that veil is being just torn down. Kid had a dream several months back about, it was almost like the world breaking apart. You want to tell her about your dream?
You go ahead.
It was all
Can you
these.
please?
Yes, please, you tell it. It was your dream.
Literally, it's like I was outside. I was about to. Someone was at the bottom of the driveway in some black car or gray car, whatever. And then I was obviously running to the car. And then all of a sudden, a UFO was right there, like landing in the yard. And as that UFO landed, the universe, like whatever dimension we were in, it started literally like holes were being punched out of it. Almost as if like, and you could sort of see like in between this dimension and the other dimension, there were almost like brackets and where it had broke out, which is weird. It almost made it look like metal in a way, like the in between there.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was odd. It was odd.
So the Matrix was coming apart.
Yeah, it was literally like the Matrix was breaking down. Like as if we were in a hologram room or whatever.
Well, there's a lot of people that
And it broke.
That is their suggestion.
And so on the other side, it was just all these colors. It was a lot of purples, blues, pinks. It was mainly pink and purple. And it was just swirling and it was glistening.
Wow.
On the other side with the colors, were there still like forms and shapes of Earth, or was this a whole nother world of just colors?
It was just a whole nother world of color. It literally looked like you took those colors and slapped them onto a paint palette and just swirled them around a little bit. But it was
swirling?
moving. Yeah.
Okay, because when I was a kid, I was about 3, 4, 5 or so before I knew any better, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I was never trained. But I used to leave my body a lot. I wasn't dreaming, but I used to go to that place, and I think that it is a dimension, and I think it's a dimension that maybe some describe as heaven.
Right.
But I do think that there is a dimension of color and sound that's just sort of like swirling colors and swirling sounds.
That would be
Vibration
awesome.
and frequency. I can see that.
Yeah. I think there's another dimension that's just numbers.
Wow. That's for the geeks.
See,
I've been there, and it's black. It's kind of like Tron.
Wow.
that is cool. That is
That sounds kind of scary.
I used to go places, dudes.
Yeah.
friend
Well,
back
what you're
in
describing reminds me of that.
Yeah.
friend back
So
in
what
middle.
else happened? So you went and you saw that other dimension with those colors and everything, and then there was sort of like a mercurial, sort of silvery, sort of like weird liminal shield between this dimension and that. Like,
Yeah,
describe to me.
kinda. It's as if the wall was made out of metal, and just each side, like our side was our dimension. It was just painted that way, but it was very thin. It was a very thin, just wall,
I can see that.
and it just
Yeah.
looked like someone just was breaking. Like, I don't know if y'all have ever played like Half-Life or any other game that has had like labs that have broken down walls breaking through. It very much looked like that, like the shapes of those, very polygonal, angled, just someone just punched.
Well, CERN's been
Punching
trying to
through
do that.
Yeah.
I've played Mario. He's had to punch through some worlds.
Yeah.
Well, CERN has been trying to do that, and that's part of the thing with these rituals, that these Luciferian rituals that people are doing. They're trying to punch holes so that those things that are not supposed to be here can enter. Which that's just the reality of it. And there's a lot of people.
It's real and it's deep.
Yeah, and a lot of people they just can't wrap their head around it.
Right. And then that's why we're the weird relatives.
Mm-hmm.
Because yesterday I went to go for a hike with some of my girlfriends, and one of them's in town from New York, another is in town from Chicago, another one's from Wisconsin, and another one is from Colorado. So there's a bunch of us, and I realized, like, one of the girls started talking about McDonald's and adrenochrome and that kind of stuff. And then the girl that was sitting in the middle between us in the car, it looked like her brain was about to break.
Nah.
Yeah. And that's what concerns me also. And I had read something earlier that some of these people, they're going to lose it because they just can't wrap their heads around it.
There's been times I've tried to talk about some of this stuff at work, and people look at me like I'm green.
Well, that's okay, because you'll be one of the ones that helps lead.
Something. But it's like, literally, they're like, this dude is off his rocker. And it's like, no, look at this.
Yeah.
This shit's real.
Oh, yeah. And it's interesting. And I wonder how people are going to respond when they find out that the aliens are real and have been here for a very long time.
Yeah, and that, like, most of us are looking to space to find these unidentified objects, and they're underneath our feet.
Yeah.
The ant people.
The ant people very much.
Lizard people, ant people, and there's other species that we don't even know.
Yeah, the lizard people's, well, you've got the mantis people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about them, hardly.
Well, that's the one they look like giant praying mantises.
Yes,
manti. And,
Yeah.
Other than
Like,
that.
remember Space Ghost Coast to Coast?
oh, yeah. Oh,
That
yeah.
guy?
Art Bell,
Yeah.
I listened to Art Bell religiously. I mean,
like-
he was just awesome when I was in radio. He was my hero.
Other than what they look like, I don't know anything about them. I don't know if they're hostile or...
They're
what.
not, well, think about it. What are bugs? Are they, bugs and lizard
Hornets
peoples
are very much
not,
hostile.
yes, they're not human. They're not warm and fuzzy,
You know.
and it's like they're predatory beings.
Yeah. They might not be hostile per se, but it's just their nature.
Yeah. Lizards are cold-blooded. People wonder, it's like, how could somebody do some of this stuff? Well, they ain't human.
It's their nature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can't anthropomorphize everything.
No.
That's true.
And I think that that's one of the things that has been, as far as the predictive programming on some of this, it's like sympathy for the devil. And it's like, no, evil is evil. It doesn't matter the origin of the evil. It is what it is, and it has to be dealt with such.
Yeah, that's like what you were saying about Cruella. The version of Cruella that I was telling you about.
Yeah. Like I said, and yes, it can be sad and you can empathize with somebody, but they're evil. Once they give themselves over to that, it takes only a movement of God to bring them out of that.
Yeah.
Some people
Do
don't
you
want to
guys
be
think
saved.
that that's like part of the way that whoever the they is, do you think that that's part of the way that they know that they can control us because we're softies,
Yes.
humans?
Yeah.
Yes, they are very much manipulating human emotion. And it just, we're
almost every
seeing
single
that
way.
everywhere.
Yeah.
And even as far as, having worked with inmates in various and sundry forms, yes, you can empathize with how the people became that way. But it's also, they have to be willing to do something else.
They have to be willing to change.
Yeah. And a lot of them are not, because changes can be very difficult. Same thing working with addicts. It's always the same people. I mean, it's co-occurring conditions is what it is.
Yeah.
But
Well, it would be constant work to go against your nature.
yeah,
And it's hard work, and if your nature, I mean, it can happen, but it's highly unlikely.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like you can give some of these people every conceivable opportunity, and they will revert back, and it's heartbreaking. When I was
Yeah.
taking psychology and stuff, that was one of the things that I wanted to do, was work with addicts, which is something that most people, they don't want to, because the success rate is so rare.
And that was
Yeah.
like in the Chucky series where they had one of the many Chuckies. They basically tried to pull a Clockwork Orange on that one.
Yeah.
And he still ended up killing one of them.
Yeah, yeah. But you know what
How
is?
many Chuckies are there?
There's like 50.
Oh God.
Jeepers Christ.
Yeah.
That's a lot of Chuckies.
They need to let that go at some point.
Oh, they canceled that series,
Well,
sadly,
that's
and it was
good.
unfinished. But
That's good.
Is it good?
It
good?
is.
It was unfinished. It ended unfinished.
We need new thoughts, new ideas, new storylines, because they have gone back and tried to destroy everything that was wonderful. And not that Chucky was a hero in any way. Think about what they have done to some of these wonderful franchises that showed heroes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a matter of demoralization. Yuri Bezmenov tried to warn them back in the 80s.
Yeah. You know what? I really wish that I should go back and listen to some of that stuff in the Art Bell. And I never listened to Art Bell before. I'm not very informed about the whole like UFO scene as much, but I am friends with people who roll in that scene.
Oh, yeah.
I've done conferences and stuff with the UFO people reading my tarot cards, but usually at those conferences I'm so busy working that I don't get a chance to listen to the speakers.
Oh, wow.
But somebody who used to do the Art Bell show, do you know Jimmy Church?
I have heard you talk about Jimmy Church quite frequently. I'm not that familiar with him.
He was on our Art Bell's broadcast. He was a co-anchor for a little while.
Oh, wow.
And then he co-anchored with George Norrie.
Yeah.
And then now he has his own show.
How cool. I need to really do a binge watch or binge listen of him, because Art,
You might enjoy the show.
oh, I'm sure. And I think Art himself very well could have been self-disclosure, because he was former military.
He had to be.
He was a
100%.
Marine.
100%. Have you ever listened to Mike Ricksacker? He's another guy that is really, I mean, he's former military, and he has some really interesting stories.
Oh, no, I'm not. I'll have to look at him also. See, this is what I
Oh,
love when people suggest other things.
me too.
But Michael Heiser, that I loved dearly, he was on Art
Mm-hmm.
Bell quite a few times, which
Yeah.
people are like, how is it that this man that is a biblical scholar is on Art Bell? Well, he explained a lot of this stuff.
Yeah.
And he debunked some of it as far as like Zechariah Sitchin. He's like, that is not what that says. He
Yeah.
despised Sitchin because Sitchin was, there's a lot of people that are disingenuous in some of these communities, as we well know.
Yeah.
Oof.
You know that, my God, where you, how many people that are out there are saying that they have different spiritual gifts are just flakes.
We all have spiritual gifts. It's just a matter of if we're tuning into the right frequency, right?
Yeah,
Because, the spirit world can use us just as well as we can use it, Like we can
yes,
all tap
Exactly.
into each, right? They can tap into us just as much as we can tap into it. So I think that there's a lot of discernment needed.
yes,
Yeah.
because spiritual beings need an invitation, whether they're
Mm-hmm.
beings of light or beings of darkness. And the beings of darkness can disguise themselves and appear as
Mm-hmm.
beings of light. That's what's
Yup.
scary.
100% Warlanda.
And
Girl.
to that's why we have for years tried to warn people. It's like stay prayed up, that discernment, plead the blood of
Mm-hmm.
Jesus, because that's your force field.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, you
So
guys, earlier on today, this is the second podcast that I got to record today.
how
Heck
wonderful is
yeah.
that? We
Yeah, earlier on,
appreciate
I was
you.
on one called Bellied Up. It's like a comedian from Wisconsin and then another comedian from North Dakota.
Oh, this is so cool.
Oh, that's
Yeah, they have a
wonderful.
podcast called Bellied Up, and it's really funny. They just like go to local bars and they grab a drink, and then people call in and they like give advice.
Oh, how fun.
We're gonna have to.
And I did it. I did a tarot reading for one of the hosts like a
How
couple years
great.
ago, and then I did a tarot reading for the other host today.
That's
Oh,
They
awesome.
that's
asked
wonderful.
they asked me a really tough question, and I'm going to ask this question to you and see what your guys' ideas are. But maybe if we all work together, we could come up with some good ideas. But he asked me. He said it got kind of deep. I mean, for a comedy podcast, it actually got kind of deep. Um, but the one guy, Charlie Behrens, he asked me today, he said, okay, well, what do you see as the solution? He's like, obviously, these billionaires out here are kind of making life very difficult and chaotic for the most of us. And he said, what do you see as the solution to all? Because I start, me, I have no filter. So I start talking about all kinds of shit. I'm like, yeah, well, with all this pervy, gross shit that's coming up and it's all connected. And Savannah Guthrie's mom, that's just a distraction. You know me.
Right.
I say whatever's on my mind, for
Good.
better or worse. And they're just like, I think that these guys are normies.
Oh, okay.
But he asked me what I thought was the solution there. And do you have any thoughts on that?
That is one of those things that there are so many people crying out to God, and there's so
Mm.
much in Scripture that appears to be being fulfilled even as we're going through it. And when God intervenes, it can be in massive ways.
Yeah.
And with these computers and stuff, we have built a house of cards
Mm.
because one massive CME could wipe all of it out.
Mm-hmm.
At one Carrington level event, we don't know what that would do to those satellites or any kind of thing like that.
That's why you need a balance of analog and digital.
Yeah. Yeah. So that and this thing about New Madrid fault line, that has just circled around in my essence for many years, like since
Yeah, you've
2013.
gotten a lot of hits on the New Madrid fault line. I've heard you mention this.
Uh-huh.
That's like the other day she mentioned it.
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly what she said. What was it?
The
That it
soil,
liquefied?
the soil in that area, it almost became like sand. It's not a tectonic plate like the normal ones like San Andreas and everything's like that.
Uh-huh.
It's unusual.
Oh,
And when
God.
that thing went in, I think it was 1800s or something like that, the Mississippi ran backwards.
Oh, God.
Wow.
Yeah. We've been to the area, it's called Reelfoot Lake there in Tennessee. In some of those areas that was bad, and it just truly, can you imagine the earth between your feet just sort of liquefying?
That would be terrifying.
Yeah. There were these
That's
guys.
amazing.
These guys were on canoes when it hit, and that was what saved them. That they were not on the land; they were there on the river somehow.
Huh.
And so that is just weird. And then San Andreas, I heard them years ago. They have talked about it being locked and loaded, and some of these smaller quakes, it relieves some of the pressure. But they've been waiting for the big one for a very long time. If there was a
Yeah, and like
massive,
in
yeah,
Wisconsin, where I'm from, there's been so many like new builds, and it's so obvious what 15-minute cities they're trying to construct
uh
for
huh,
when that happens,
yeah. But the
or
thing
from when
is,
they push the button and make it happen.
yeah, I mean, it will be so just total chaos and panic. And they, even with the button being pushed, I don't know that they can predict what would totally happen.
Well, and I also think that there's there's a lot of intervention. There's a lot of divine
Mm-hmm.
intervention. There's a lot of like good entities out there that are rooting for us and
Sure.
cheering
Mm-hmm.
for us, who have like at least maybe they're not our friends, but they have a common enemy.
Sure. And
Yeah.
it's just like as far as the UFOs that appeared at some of those nuclear silos back
Hmm.
years ago that
Yeah,
they couldn't fire.
exactly. Exactly. So I'm wondering if the person that's hovering over the red button, I wonder if they're even going to be able to push it. But
God always
I think
is
that
in control. God
I
is
think part of
always.
the solution is obviously what I do, which is fine tuning our free will and intuition, because our intuition empowers us, and the more powerful we realize we are, and the more powerful we become, and the more connected we are to God and to our true selves.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the solution.
Yes. And that's one of the reasons that we always, at the end of our little podcast here, remind people that they are loved. Because a
Yeah.
lot of people are operating out of fear, and that feeds the beast.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if you wake up every day and you realize that you were created by an ultimate being that loves you, you're not random. He designed you specifically. Each hair on your head, he counts. And it's like that he is for us. He's not against us. That anything that he says in scripture don't do, it's because it's going to hurt us or somebody else. He's not a big meanie. But if we operate and carry that love forward to everybody that we meet, how different could our world be?
It could be a lot different.
Yeah. And some people do need to be reminded because a lot of times you don't feel loved. But it's a matter of believing it even if you don't feel it.
You've helped me a lot with that.
I hope so, because it is that is at the core of my essence, because I know where I've been. I know where he brought me from, and I should have been dead so many times over. And that I had a grandmother that prayed and a mother that prayed. And just I have seen so many miracles. They're not rare. You just have to look for them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like kid that you're talking to. over there. When he was born, his umbilical cord, the doctor's sitting there going, oh, look at this. This is very rare. Perfect knot in the umbilical cord. And he pulled it up, and I just stopped breathing. I mean, it was just like, and he said, it's not constricted at all. That was a miracle.
Which is almost impossible for an umbilical cord to be not restricted when it's tied in a literal knot like that.
Yeah. And so that's
we always knew you were special, YK.
He was supposed to have, the amniotic sac didn't break. The doctor had to break it. He was supposed to be born with a cowl. Are you familiar with that?
A cowl.
A cowl is what it was called. It is mountain speak. We've still got old sayings and stuff. But it used to be being born with a veil. And what it was the amniotic sac was over the baby. And that was to show that child is going to have second sight.
Holy moly, YK!
Mm-hmm.
I'm not surprised at all.
Right. So when he has dreams and stuff, I really pay attention. His father has dreams. He would have dreams that would come to pass. His father's family had a lot of spiritual gifts.
It's not always fun. It's not always pleasant.
No, sweetie, no, it's not always fun. No.
But it's a matter of everybody in community supporting each other and loving on each other. And, in this area, some of the spiritual, when I was growing up, you didn't talk about if you had a spiritual gift.
Oh, that stuff is very taboo, even still within this area. People are more open to it now at this point, but it's still like there's certain people that that you just do not bring it up around.
But that is filing away. You've got people that they're like, look, there's another world out there. We want to explore this. We need to be able to do this safely. We should not be afraid of this. Yeah. So it's interesting. It's a hell of a time to be psychic and or empathic, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. It's one hell of a time to be psychically in tune.
Yeah, because you can't turn it off. There's no off switch.
Well, yeah, I mean, you have to learn to manage.
Well, and it's like...
Yeah, you can't turn it off, really. I mean, unless you really drink and smoke a lot.
Does coffee count?
Does marijuana count?
Does PBR count?
Well, it's like you could, and that's why I was telling kids, you can enjoy these things within moderation.
I've been trying to shut that shit off for about 5 years now.
Anytime that you allow a substance to put you in an altered state of mind, that can be a doorway.
Absolutely. That can be an invitation that you sign the contract in invisible ink without realizing that you signed it.
Yeah, and people need to know these things. It got dumbed down to where just don't do that. Don't do that. And it's like, why? They need to be told the why.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We need to remember why the fence is in the middle of the woods that nobody...
Bullet point definitions of this stuff.
Absolutely.
Explanations.
Absolutely.
So I saw a meme today, and I thought it was hilarious. It said, the people who used to call you crazy are soon going to come to you for advice.
Yes. And I think that's why a lot of us have gone through some of the hardships in our lives that we wondered, what did I do wrong? It wasn't that we did anything wrong. It was a matter of, this world is boot camp.
It's a training ground.
And that some of us went through these things beforehand so that we can help the others.
I saw another meme today, too, where Alana said the healer suffers first, then returns with the medicine.
I got a Chiron in Pisces. What
Girl,
the hell was I thinking?
you got that medicine.
Somewhere in the background of my life is the theme song to Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we'll go ahead and wrap
She's
this.
going through the Walmart.
She's literally being dropped down the ceiling by 2 wires.
Oh my God. It's just the Walmart. I have got to where, as far as going public places, I'm not a fan of it because everybody's energy is just so stupid right now.
Why do you think I've been so drained every single time I get off
Yeah.
of work?
And so I'm hermit mode. I have been in hermit mode.
Love it. Stores in general, overly crowded stores, for anyone that has even an inkling of psychic abilities, it is a very... You gotta strain, basically, to get through there. And it drains you of all your energy almost.
Yeah, and we don't know that some of this doesn't have to do with some of the Wi-Fi that they're using.
Oh, no, I think
some
they're
of the
projecting.
wiring. Any of these EMFs could be not good for humans.
All of that, too.
Well, everybody you encounter almost nowadays has a cell phone on them. So when you go into the Walmart, there's like 200 people there.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah. And all those frequencies all at once, it scrambles people's brains.
It does. And I think that that's one of the things. When Helene went through our area and we were without electric for about, 5 days or something like that.
Yeah.
And honestly, I felt more myself then than I had in years.
Oh yeah, the electric currents. I mean, I'm serious. I think it's been keeping me up at night.
Yeah. Yeah, I do not.
My sleep has been garbage.
Yeah, everybody's has. And it's like, I do not keep unless I have to have an alarm or something, I do not keep my cell phone even in my bedroom anymore.
Yeah.
So
I keep it right under my pillow like a dumbass, but then
why
again, it's
would
my
you
alarm
do
clock.
that? Oh my God. They actually do make physical alarm clocks still.
Do you want that thing to be thrown out the window?
Oh my God. Well, Esperanza, honey, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up if you don't care. Thank you so much for joining us. This is such fun. And I hope that you'll be willing to do this again.
Thank you for sharing your cup of coffee with me. I really appreciate you spending some time with me, fam.
You are one of the first things that I do when I get up and I try to feed the zoo.
You literally
and
are
make
part
my
of our
coffee.
morning routine.
Yes.
Same. You're the first thing I click on, and God love you. Thank you so much for being there.
Well, and it's like, it makes me feel bad on the days that I can't do a video, that my body has just basically shut down. And that happens. And I hate that. I like to be dependable. And I did that for many years. But it's just, I appreciate our listeners being so understanding, and all the prayers and all the love on the days that I can't have a fresh cup brewed. So, but
Warlanda, know that you are loved.
Oh, honey, you are
Treat
just...
other people the way you want to be treated. And God willing, we'll always see you on the next cup.
Oh, you are so wonderful. We love you. Now, Esperanza's information is there in the description box, and you can talk to this wonderful human yourself.
She's so cool.
She is. We love her. We just love her.
I love you too.
Do you want to tell the peoples where we can be found?
Do you want me to do it, or do you want her to do it?
If she wants to tell peoples where we can be found, that's fine too.
What do you want to do?
You can find Warlanda on X at Warlanda COCWS. Is that correct?
Yes.
And both of them are every day on YouTube at Warlanda's Cup of Coffee with Scream. And thank you for following, liking, sharing, and subscribing.
Yeah. We're also on Rumble and BitChute. BitChute, folks, we love you. If you've never been over... Esperanza, if you've never been on BitChute, you've got to go over there, because those people... Now, a lot of times they don't say much, but it is Wild West, and I love them.
It literally is like the Wild West over there.
I love them. They are
Don't tempt me with a good time.
They are just amazing people. So, know that you are loved. Treat other people the way that you would like to be treated. Mm-hmm. And indeed, Lord willing, we'll see you on the next cup.
Yep, yep.
Bye.
Bye. Love you, bye.